Hi everyone, Marisa Stone here with Simon Says Social and the Systems Lounge. And I want to welcome you to the 2018 Premier International Women's Business Systems Virtual Summit, where you get to learn all about the systems that our speakers are using to get things done. And I am super stoked today to have Paula Creed-Smith here. She is going to be talking with us all about this idea of putting people first using what she calls a company gift funnel. Now, before you take off and say, okay, I've already got this, slow down for a moment and let's really talk about ways in which you can actually have this people first mentality with regard to your own business. And we're getting ready to dive into that interview. But before we do, let me tell you a little bit about Paula. Paula is married and she is a mother of two lovely children and the owner and concierge of Say Flora Gift Company. Paula is a lover of many, many things, but her passion is the joy of gifting and connecting through this power of emotions that are created in the process of giving and receiving gifts. And I absolutely love that because, you know, oftentimes we'll talk about giving away a freebie or giving away a lead magnet. And what Paula's going to teach us today is going to take that to a whole new level. Paula, welcome to the summit. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here with you.
So let's just begin at the beginning. What in the world is a gift funnel?
Okay, so a gift funnel, much like when you think of sales funnels, the same kind of idea, and it's just a fun twist on that, really. And so a gift funnel is a strategic plan for gifting. So it's a way of targeting your clients and winning them through the process of meeting you during the onboarding process, as you melt together and the actual work, and then as you kind of separate and disengage when the work is done.
Got you. And that makes so much sense. But let's talk for a moment about how this gift funnel actually helps me to put people first, because I'm working with clients every day. Am I not already putting people first?
You know what? I get that question a lot, actually. And it was shocking to me when I first was approached with the question. But then when I heard it more and more and more, I realized that this is not something that comes naturally within the business world, especially with entrepreneurs.
Right.
And so we all love getting gifts, and it doesn't matter how small. I mean, some of my favorite things I've ever gotten in the world have been just really super sentimental, and just, it was precious to me because, like, oh, somebody's thinking about me.
Yeah.
And so as business owners, I encourage us to get away from the idea that me doing a good job is enough. And it isn't, because you should already be doing a good job. They are paying you for a service, and you should be giving your utmost to your customers, your clients, however you identify them.
Right.
And so the gifts are the icing on the cake. That's where you really get into the personal area of business. That's where you really say that I value you, I care about you, I'm connecting with you, and you are more to me than invoice XYZ or job number 357.
Right.
And so what you want to do in that process is really, you want to get to know your client. And so during the onboarding process, I always encourage people who are working with me to add in a few really, not really personal, but personal questions, so you can get a gauge of their personality, what's important to them, things that they like, because you can go back and refer to these things and say, oh, they have a dog. I've heard them talk about their dog a lot. I'm going to get them, you know, a treat for them to share, like the dog ice cream, and then, you know, a gift card to go get their own ice cream, or a pamphlet to a great dog park that you know that has just opened in their neighborhood. Those are the things that you want to key into. If they like to go hiking, you want to send them a really nice water bottle, stainless steel water bottle that has their name or their branding on it. If you know that they're extremely involved in journaling, then you want to get them a really nice bound leather book. Anything like that. It's those little things that they say, wow, they paid attention when I was talking. And they say they really care. It's not just that they want to sell me or they want to get money from me. They're invested in getting to know me. And that is really where you strike that chord, because business, when you look back at the business model, you know, years and years ago, back in we used to walk 3 miles in the snow, back in those days, bartering and taking a word from somebody, that was all based in relationships. And so we want to get back to that. We want to get back to basics of, I'm doing business with you because you are my friend. And while we might not, you know, socialize outside in the real world, technology has it that me and you can be friends right here. And when I send you something, it has the same impact as if I hand it to you over lunch or over coffee.
Right. And I love this idea because we do talk a lot about putting those relationships first. And what better way to put relationships first than, send a little gift now and then, send a holiday present, send a, whatever the case may be. So I love that that you have put this talk together and that you're bringing this out here to the people so that they totally understand that. Let's apply this to entrepreneurship for a moment, especially the entrepreneur who maybe perhaps is working on a really tight budget. Why should they be concerned with putting people first by creating this company gift funnel?
Oh yeah, that's another one I get a lot. People are often afraid to step out financially, and I'm doing this a great series on gifting by love language actually, and I just addressed this as receiving gifts and giving gifts, and that you have to change your mindset with money when it comes to building your gift funnel, gifting clients. And you want to plan. You don't want to just willy-nilly, I'm just going to go give a present. You want to take time to plan, because the best case scenario is that you're taking a pocket out of the job before and you're gifting with that. And so you're always moving the money. So it's never directly coming from your pocket.
Right.
Now, ideally, yes, if you have that fund that's already set up, that's great. But the idea is that you want to set it up in such a way that it's not that you're putting yourself in debt by giving a gift. It's that you're gifting out of the overflow.
That makes so much sense. Yeah.
I like to set up, if you're working on a retainer like a VA where you kind of have a monthly thing going, you should be taking money out of that every month, setting it aside, just like you would do your taxes or your incidentals that might come up with, since your website has an issue or whatever. You want to build that also. So whether it's that you're taking it out of the last job, putting it towards the next job, or you're saving every month, you want to make a plan. You want to be successful in this, and you want to be able to pick gifts that match your brand and that will please your clients. And so you want to plan for gifts that you can buy things in bulk and personalize each gift as you go.
Yeah.
Or you can make a custom gift each time you interact with somebody. So there's a lot of ways to work it so that financially it's still prudent, but it will still have that really, really great emotional impact that you want it to have.
Yeah. And that makes so much sense. And I love that. I love that, not only are you saying this is what we need to be doing, but here's how you can do it. So, so one of the things that you tell your clients is how creating this gift funnel actually further solidifies their brand. How does that work exactly?
This is my favorite part. Okay, so I am not creative at all. Like, it's funny that even within my niche, I'm considered creative. And it's like, no, you have no idea. Like, stick figures to me, I messed those up.
Oh my God.
But this is where I really get to kind of have fun. Is the wrapping. It's all the way that you package a present. You could do so much with it. And this is where you can really have fun and really drive your brand home. And when I say drive your brand home, I mean, you can use your brand coloring to package. If you feel confident that you already know you're going to leave a lasting impression, going to leave a lasting impression, you can flip the script a little bit and you can use their brand colors to package. There's a lot of ways that you can go with that, but specifically for your brand, what you would do is you would take your brand chips, your colors that you have from your mood board, and depending on your brand, your niche, you would package differently. I'm actually building a custom plan right now for a photographer. She's more higher end lifestyle brand shots. And so she has a very light and airy logo and mood board, but she has some darker tones of like wine and red in her logo. And so what I've decided to do is build the lighter stuff around the present, but then the actual, like the packaging inside will be that darker red, which is really rich and really luxurious looking. And so it's really bright to look at and very whimsical, that at the same time, when you look down on it, everything was packaged in this really deep red wine color. And so it just kind of pops up and elevates it all. And so you can play with the packaging and the colors, ribbon, wood crates, magnet boxes. I mean, really, the sky is the limit. You can go old school, go back to baskets. Those are one of those things that just never go out of style. Like, everybody loves to get a really nice, hefty gift basket. Yeah. Of course, I'd recommend those for your higher tier clients. You don't want to do that for everybody. Right. But yeah, you definitely, you want to, if you have a luxury brand, then you want to craft with luxury items. Yeah. If you have a whimsical brand, then you want to keep it fun and lighthearted. Maybe gift cards or books or things like that. You want to play on on what your brand is, but you also want to meet your client where they are and say, I know that you like this, and here's how I'm going to handle it and give it to you.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I think that's so awesome. And it makes you really think as an entrepreneur trying to really build these relationships and show your clients how much you appreciate them. It makes me think of so many more things I could be doing. So another thing that you talk with your clients about is how using this gift funnel actually helps them do exactly what I said, effectively demonstrate how much their clients are valued and to maintain this people first persona in the business community. So it's not only do my clients feel like I care about them, but then you start getting a reputation in the business community of being this type of business. Can we talk a little bit about both sides of that coin?
Yes, absolutely. So I know that for me, whenever I get a card in the mail after I've worked with somebody, or if I've donated services to a charity, it's something that I like to do in my free time, is to help out other businesses or gift items that they can use in whatever way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still surprised at the impact that it has on me when I open the card and I read that that it's handwritten, or even if it's computer generated and then there's their signature. It means a lot to me. Like, wow, they really took time to say thank you and not just send me whatever form for my taxes at the end of the year.
Right.
It's like they really appreciated what I had to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And in technology is great in the sense that me and you can have this conversation right now, that I can talk to my friend in the UK. All this is really great. But then, there's nothing better than getting that thing in the mail, whether it's a card or you get a little package. I mean, we just still love that. It's special, and it's something of old. Like it wasn't that long ago, but we do kind of view it as like, oh, back in the day when we used to write cards or send letters.
We used to send letters. Yeah. Snail mail.
Yes, snail mail. Yes, because it took forever. You would order something and it was like, oh my gosh, when is it going to come?
Yes.
And now it's like when you order something, whether it be for work or personally, and you're waiting for it, and it's like so exciting when you get it. And so we want to have that same impact with the client. And you may or may not tell them this. I personally like the idea of a surprise, so I wouldn't say anything.
Right.
But then when they get it and they open it and they unpackage it, and then they go back and they're taking pictures and they're sharing it on social media and saying, look at what my VA got me. Look at what my lawyer did for me.
Right.
Look at what my business coach sent me.
Yeah.
You can't measure the impact that has.
Right.
And people see that and they say, oh, wow, they really care. They took time to put this together. Oh, that was beautiful. They have great taste. Oh my goodness, where did she get that scarf from? That's amazing. I want that. And just, even Dubsado, who whenever you sign with them, they send you that journal and that really awesome pen that I'm dying to get, because I've heard great things about that pen. Like, I only care about the pen. And the best pen ever. And it when you look at it, it's just a journal and it's just a notebook. Yeah. But it's the act of sending it and it being a quality product. Like, people talk about those pens. Like, I can't stop hearing about these pens. So like, I'm like, when is mine coming? When is mine coming? That is what we want to inspire people. Yes, you want, you get excited for it and you want to share it and you tell people about it. And so not only does it tell your client that, hey, I appreciate that I'm working with you or that we have this project together, but then to the community around them, they say, oh, I need to go look at that. Like, because they usually tag, whether it be your personal profile or your business page, and they go and they look and like, oh man, I need this, or oh, I know that my aunt is doing something and she might really appreciate this. Yeah. And so it pays back. Like, there's no reason not to. There's not a good enough reason not to do it. It doesn't have to be huge, but just to take the time to do the one thing, the investment is unbelievable.
Yeah, that totally makes sense for sure. So if our gift brand is an extension of the brand that we already represent, how can we as entrepreneurs identify when, how, and what that entails? Because it's one thing if I'm representing like Starbucks, right? That's a big brand.
Yes.
Quite another if I'm trying to represent my own brand with this gift giving. How can I really bring this home and make this all about the relationship I have with my clients and make sure that shows as I'm giving these gifts to the people that I'm working with and for?
Oh, of course. So whenever you're building your gift funnel, when you're doing your onboarding process, really a lot of the groundwork is going to happen during your onboarding process. So it's that time that you're trying to court and
Right.
reel them in and win them over. A lot of that time should be spent in building a solid relationship. Yeah, you're going to be answering those questions. You're going to be showing them samples of your past work, all that stuff. But you also want to be super intentional about asking them about their work, what made them start it, why are they passionate about it.
Yeah.
And what you'll find is that depending on your target, that many of, like a lot of the people that I work with are mothers. And like, I just wanted to be home with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that the majority of who I work with, they're moms, or there's some sort of caregiver, and they're like, I have to be home, somebody needs me. And so that tells me that they're obviously filled with love, because they're giving up their life, their outside world, to
Right.
be, you know, taking care of somebody who's dependent on them.
Right.
And that's something to keep in the back of your mind, because self-care, hello, that's a huge thing.
That's huge.
It's easy to forget about yourself when you have someone else that you're responsible for.
Yeah.
And so right then it's like, okay, this poor mom or this poor dad probably hasn't had a day out or a night off in God knows how long. So
Right.
I'm going to send them a really nice, you know, spa box. I mean, that would be more for a mom or for a dad. You know, I mean, every man loves a good hearty snack. So you're going to send a nice bento box with a bunch of like nuts and meats and all that kind of stuff, you know? Or if you talk to somebody and they say, it was time for me to make a change. I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something fun. Then you're going to jump right in and say, okay, I need to find something that is going to play to the spontaneity of this person's personality, or to the whimsy of their mind, or their brand that they're building. They are very intent on having this particular look, and I know I can find something that meets that.
Yeah.
I just saw a brand board for my friend. She just had a new brand board done, and it's fabulous. And it's all, I forget the name of the characters, but they're like the cartoon characters, and they have the dots all over them. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It was back in the 80s, I think, maybe the 90s. But
I don't know, but I wasn't huge on cartoons, but I bet a lot of people that are listening know exactly what you're talking about.
I hope so. I can't believe I can't remember it. And then she's got this kind of rockabilly feel to her, and it's just, it's so her. So I'm actually working on something for her too. She doesn't know yet, so. But,
it's like pop art or something like.
Yes, pop art. Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And so I think that she's really fun, and she's just really just out there. Like, she has this personality that's incredible. It's crazy. It's wild and uncontainable. Like, I picture her like a storm, but a really put together storm.
Right.
And so these are the things that you want to capture, some of these personality. You want them to open the box and see their personality.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that groundwork and figure out who they are, what's important to them, what's a great way to gift. Right. And then you're going to start the actual research of what is going to make their day. Like, what am I going to put in here that they're going to see, that they're going to be like, holy crap, this is incredible.
Right.
And then once you figure that out, the timeline will vary depending on your industry. If you're a VA and you're hired on retainer, you're going to have your onboarding. But then if it's going to be an ongoing relationship until it just, you know, it ends or whatever, you're going to do an onboarding gift. You're going to say, welcome to the family. I appreciate you, yada, yada. And then you're going to want to do something on the first anniversary. If you're together that long, you're going to do something on the anniversary. Hey, you've got to celebrate an anniversary now.
Right.
And so you're going to give them something for the anniversary. Say, I remember a year ago when we signed it. If you can remember something funny that came up in that conversation, it will knock their socks off.
Yeah.
So make note of all of that. Go back to the conversations if you can't remember, whether it be messenger, email, go back and chronicle your relationship, and then put it in that gift. And then when it's finally comes to an end, then you want to give them another gift. And this gift should really be like, this should be like the, I appreciate you. It was a great ride. This is the gift that's really,
you did it, whatever it is.
Yes, a big celebratory gift. This is the gift that, you know, obviously within your budget, this is the gift where you kind of really go out there and put your heart in it, and in your pocket as well. You want to splurge a little bit, not a lot. Again, we're not going in debt, but you definitely want it to be noticeable that, wow, they put a lot of financial and emotional effort into this.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Wow. Man, you have shared some amazing information here today, Paula. This has been fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to know right now? I know we're going to dive much deeper in the next interview, but is there anything else we need to know right now about putting people first with this company gift funnel?
You know, putting people first is, my mission was to put heart back in the business.
Yeah.
And so if we all are very intentional, and I keep using that word a lot because it's important, the intentional side of it, you want to be thinking about this, you want to be planning this.
Yeah.
Just like you have your elevator pitch, you should mentally in your mind have a pitch of, how am I going to reach this person? How am I going to connect with them? How am I going to get to know them?
Right.
Lightning strikes all the time. And you never know who's going to become your friends. I can't count how many friends I've met just because I took the time to sit down and listen, and not listen to how can I tweak my pitch, but listen to understand and get to know them. Listening to understand is a powerful tool in life and in business.
Yeah, it totally is. That is, yeah. And that's a great place to end this, because that's a big component. When you said in the last answer, when you were talking about really chronicling, and really understanding the relationship that you've built over time with your client, I think it all boils down to exactly that, right? Listening and understanding. So before we let you go, how can people reach out to you? Let's say they want to pick your brain about this idea of putting together their own gift funnel, or access some of your resources, or perhaps even work with you, bring you on board to help them through this. How can they reach out to you?
I can be found on just about any social media. The links are below, but Facebook is my jam. LinkedIn is my jam. If you really want to get me like super fast, that's the best bet. Oh, and Instagram. I've recently fallen in love with Instagram. So any of those 3 places, find me there, reach me, I will be there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all you've shared here today, Paula.
Thank you.
This has been fantastic, and it's opening my mind to some of the things that I want to be doing.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
This is amazing. Guys, definitely click on those links below and take advantage of some of the resources that Paula is sharing with you today, and figure out ways in which you can get your gift funnel up and running to start, continually building those relationships as you move forward with your own clients. For those of you who are still trying to figure this out, figure out how in the world you're going to put people first inside your company with this gift funnel, and you want to continue this conversation with Paula, you're going to want to make sure to click on the link below that takes you directly to her advanced session, the one that we're getting ready to record in just a moment. And the reason that you want to do that is so that you can dig deeper into how exactly you're going to put all this together inside your company. But in order to access that, you're going to have to upgrade to the All Access Pass. Now, if you have not yet upgraded to the All Access Pass, there's also a link below that will take you directly to that page, and you can snag that now. And that's going to be important for you, because not only are you going to get all the live sessions that you're watching right now, but you're also going to get every single one of these deeper dives that I'm taking with every one of our speakers. And I guarantee you are not going to want to miss that one. Paula, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm super excited to dig deeper with you in just a few moments.
Awesome.
Guys, we will see you inside the All Access Pass. Bye, everyone.